Hallo.
Hallo.
Hallo und willkommen im Fußballland.
In der Nähe von Doha.
Gehen Sie geradeaus auf der linken Seite.
Ja,
Meine
ja.
Eltern geben mir 30 Mal die Woche. Es reicht mir nicht, weil ich ein neues Rad spare.
Du bist wie eine Blume.
Was?
My parents give me 30 Deutschmarks every week. It's not enough because I'm saving up for a new bike.
Du bist wie eine
You could
Blume.
have said anything and I would just would have said, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I've
it was
just said you
interesting.
look like a flower.
Oh, nice. I don't speak any German, so I stuck that into Google Translate. And weirdly, I typed in Footballland and it gave me a German translation for Footballland.
Well, that's exactly right, because we're an international park.
We are.
Yeah.
We're welcoming everyone from around the world,
we've
people
cut
in
through.
Germany included.
Yeah.
It means we're big in Germany already.
Yeah. That's mad.
That's incredible.
Have we got any-
How well have we done to be big in Germany without knowing?
Are you in Germany? Do you like Footballland? Let us know in German.
Send
and we'll
us
put it into Google Translate.
Richtig oder falsch?
I can't laugh because I don't know what's happening.
I was asking people if that's correct or false.
Could you get them to send it on a postcard? 'Cause
Yeah.
I think that would be.
Yeah, that'd be nice to
appropriate.
get a postcard.
We
Be
just
really nice.
falsch.
They've heard it, but they still say no.
You're not big.
Good. Yeah, no, we're an international park. We are welcoming as many people. The only difficulty I've got is that the deadline is fast approaching,
it
and I
is.
had a very busy week, so I didn't get any building done
No,
of anything.
me
Full
neither.
cards on the table. I've done fuck all
Yeah.
in terms of building Footballland this week.
And you're the right engineer.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel bad about that. I will put it right this
Do you know,
week.
lads, I'm going to have to bust some penises soon.
Oh, hello.
Is that the expression?
It's German.
Have you been reading the Glen Huddle English?
I'm going to have to... I
Gonna
imagine
take you to the throat.
like snapping a penis in half. That's what I imagine from that.
It's possible
and that's
to
what I'm
break
going to
your
do.
penis, isn't it?
Yeah, I've done it many a time.
Have
Break it
you?
in like a cricket bat, knocking it in.
You hammer it
Go
in.
on,
not
knock
you,
in a
knocking
new
it in.
penis for
Knocking
6
in a new
hours.
He's bought a cricket bat and he's talked about nothing but knocking it in.
Just after, like when you're a kid, you get buy a cricket bat. You spend 8 hours knocking it in with a mallet.
You don't need to do that anymore.
Nowadays you just pay the sports shop to do it. But I don't think that existed when I was a kid. I don't think there was the service of a sports shop going, yeah, we'll knock it in for you.
So now, would they like outsource that to like? Would that be like child labour?
I think it's the children of the 90s
It's a paper
have gone
round.
forward in time
Yeah.
to knock in cricket bats in sports
Right.
shops of the
It's the
2020s.
equivalent of a paper round, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get yourself a
Get
cricket
£3.70 per hour.
knocking in a penis job. Age 12.
It's interesting that you'd sell something that wasn't fit for purpose yet.
Very
Yeah,
strange. I
that's
wonder if you
odd.
get that in baseball where you got to knock in a baseball bat. Because
I always thought baseball bats were metallic.
No.
Is that
you can
softball
buy
bats?
them, but they're mostly for like murdering people. If you really want to do some damage, you buy a metal one.
Okay. Do they ask at the shop, what's this easy? You can
Yeah.
actually play with this where you need wood.
I think it's
You're going to
sort
kill
of-
someone? Metal.
It's sort of unspoken.
Okay.
You don't really buy it. They just let you walk out the shop with it. They're sort of
Right.
like, yes, sir, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
it. Yes.
please wipe it down with a cloth before you bring it back.
Yeah. Whereas if you buy wood, they know.
Hello, I bought this metallic bat. It's got someone's head on it. I want a clean one.
The weirdest intro to Footballland
Okay,
ever.
but here's a jingle.
Jingle la.
What is the beautiful thing that we're building here? It's Footballland.
Oh, Ryan, what have you got? What have you got for
Canada.
us?
Well,
Listener, he's bristling with confidence.
this is going to develop wildly
Okay.
from the beginning to the end. So I call this It'll Be All Dwight on the Night.
Okay.
And the original idea for this was obviously in standard theme parks.
Yeah.
The camera, as you go over the tipping point on a roller coaster,
Yeah.
and that moment you do it on a log flume, you do it on a big dipper.
Your
that sort of
stomach
thing.
starts to turn.
As you
yeah.
go, there's the camera at the top, and at the end, you can get a picture of yourself on a keychain.
Yeah.
Um,
Furiously wanking.
I would love it if you did that. When we do our own,
like a heart-shaped
when we
key
do
ring.
our R&D trip, I would love it if you did that.
What's the strangest thing anyone's done on one of those photos? That would be a good art
I
project.
pretended to hit my friend with a inflatable hammer that we bought in a shop just like
And
in
you're
the
allowed
park.
to take that onto the log thing.
No, we had to blow it up in the queue. No. We took it on it deflated
That's
and we blew
commitment.
it up on the.
Wow.
That is commitment.
Blew it up and then did a pose. Yeah,
And then you lost your arm.
yeah. My friend still got that. Andy Rice, who's now a pilot for EasyJet.
And that's
Dig it out of your sock
That
drawer.
man is
That's on
in
the
control of a
EasyJet
plane.
website. You look up who your pilot is, and it's cross-eyed with a massive inflatable
Flying
hammer.
over Mallorca.
I'll be flying you probably.
That day at Thorpe Park, I was wearing a knockoff David Beckham England shirt.
Oh, wow.
The red stripe down
Did
the
you
side.
pass
Yeah.
three people on a bench that weren't doing very much?
So I think the idea of this was it was basically a blooper reel of Footballland. All the bits that you got wrong at Footballland, we put together on a DVD for you to kind of enjoy, or not a DVD, maybe a digital download.
VHS cassette.
Yeah, and we give you a portable DVD player to watch it on the way home.
Yeah.
And it was going to be anchored and presented by Dwight York
Yeah.
instead of what was his name?
Dennis Norden.
Dennis Norden.
Yeah, so I just think it was a nice format. It was a blooper reel.
Yeah.
Pretty standard. It's not anything overly complicated.
Yeah.
It could be.
It was
that-
from the golden age of TV, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
compulsory viewing
Yeah.
because you'd never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Nobody had home movies, so it was only professional TV people screwing up.
Yeah.
And it was like once a year.
Yeah, and so I'm pretty sure that for all the CCTV cameras that we have in Footballland and all the kind of cameras on rides and things like that,
Yeah.
there's going to be enough material to produce a blooper reel at the
Every
end.
day?
Every day. And I think that...
So Dwight York is just waiting with his script. He's like practicing, rehearsing,
Probably
doing
like
a tech
felt
rehearsal
like
before
kind of-
in a suit.
Yeah. So that was kind of option one. And I did sort of... I did worry that we might not get enough material, I think, as you both just have. And so it might get a bit you've been framed where people start
Faking
pretending
it,
and faking it. Or
yeah.
might be paying people off to kind of fall over in the ice cream machine or
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Like,
So-
as much as Lisa Riley, I respect her as an artist, her era of You've Been Framed
It's not
was...
good.
It was just tired. It was tired by
Yeah.
then.
Harry
we
Hill
need...
really saved that.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. But we
she
need,
was an odd,
we need
she
vintage
was an odd
Beadle.
appointment.
We need an appointment. It's like she's a cabinet
Yeah.
member.
An engagement.
No, it was an odd appointment. It was like this, supporting director who made the signing rather than the
Oh,
actual
I see. Yeah.
manager.
Yeah, there was no director of entertainment at ITV when she got the job.
It was very strange.
Yeah.
So my option two was we let all the Dwights in football sort of take over for one night and one night only.
Dwight McNeil.
Yeah, we've got Dwight McNeil, who unfortunately every time I hear his name, I get an earworm of "You make me feel
Oh,
like Dwight McNeil."
right.
And now that is going to be that is now going to be in my head.
That's the theme tune
why
started.
Yeah, well, that's why I avoid Burnley games.
Yeah.
Because then it's for like 2 weeks afterwards. Like,
Yeah.
just making pouring my cereal like. I've got no more lyrics.
Yeah.
You make me feel like Dwight McNeil. You make me feel. So.
What other
and we
Dwights
can
are there?
Well, there's Dwight York, Dwight
Well, yeah.
McNeil, Dwight Gale.
Dwight Gale,
there
yeah,
are more
yeah.
Dwight Eisenhower. There are more Dwights than you think.
Yeah.
Can Dwight Eisenhower be one of them? just to give it some...
Yeah, Dwight.
Some political gravitas.
I said
Yeah.
it's a joke, but I think he definitely can be. I mean, there are a lot of Dwights in football. He says furiously Googling how many Dwights in football there are. But even just those three it would be, I'd be really interested to kind
Ian
of...
Dwight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roy Dwight.
Dwight Charlemagne.
Sean Dwight Phillips.
There is a Roy Dwight. Royston Edward Dwight. He played for Forest.
Right.
but way a long time ago, in the 50s. There's a lot, and he's dead. So maybe not. He won't make an appearance, but even just that kind of
Dwight
triad of Dwight Gale, Dwight McNeil, and Dwight York.
Yeah,
give those three lads.
Yeah,
just free reign.
Okay,
one night only.
Dwight only.
One Dwight only. It'll be all Dwights on the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it won't be all Dwight on the night if there's one Dwight only.
Yeah, it can only be one or other. Yeah.
Hold on, let me run that because this might be Glinglish. It will be all Dwights on the one night.
Yeah.
One night only.
One Dwight only for all Dwights.
Not one Dwight. Not
one night only.
All Dwight on the night implies to me I'm going to get a host of Dwights.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying.
But you're only saying 3 Dwights. You're saying 3 Dwights is enough, but Mark is saying that that's like a few
more
Dwights.
Show me the Dwights.
He wants to see like 100 Dwights.
Yeah, I think
I want Munchkin Land of Dwights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants like the Oompa Loompas in Charlie the Chocolate Factory.
Look, I can get you a very long list of Dwights in football together. They're going to be obscure. You're not going to know them all. I'm just saying, we've only got a few minutes.
Right.
So probably start thinking now.
Okay.
What Dwight McNeil?
What are they doing?
What are they doing?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Dwight McNeil, Dwight Gale. Dwight Gale apparently a very intelligent man, and is sort of on the one of those that's on a list of going to go immediately into sort of management.
Well, I think Ryan.
Maybe we'll put him in charge because I'm not sure about Dwight York.
If it's a show, then we're going to have to...
Doesn't have to be a show.
Well, we're going to have to put in a lot of mirrors if there's only 3 Dwights, because I know you're feverishly
focusing
Googling.
on the 3...
But if we mirror them, reflect them so that it looks like it's a room full of Dwights...
They're just presenting a load of bloopers from the day.
No, that's option 1.
That was option 1. Option 2
1.
is there's loads of Dwights in a room that we go and look at.
No.
Well, we don't
That's
go and
your
look
version.
at. Right.
I'm saying when you do a collaboration when it's like Adidas by... Kanye West, and they do that by X.
Yeah.
This is Footballland X. Dwight McNeil, Dwight York, Dwight Gale.
So they're doing like an art installation.
Could be.
Right.
It could be anything. They get to fiddle with Footballland and do whatever
fiddle with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so they can't like.
How much planning have they got?
They've got a whole year because it's for one Dwight only.
Right.
What if
one night
the night it's their Dwight, they look through the O's of Footballland, which is in letters outside, as massive glasses. Like, you remember Mr. Magoo when he peered through the glasses and his eyes got massive? So if it'll be all Dwight York on the night that you're there, it's Dwight York looking at you with massive eyes through the Footballland.
Yeah. David Blaine in The Cube.
Oh.
It's like what?
It's like David. It's an installation of a Dwight inside the sign of Footballland.
Yeah, he's looking through the O's of Footballland for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
And if the British are anything to go by with David Blaine, they're just going to chuck golf balls at him. And
you could put each Dwight. You could put a different Dwight in on the night. Each night, the Footballland sign has. Yeah, so it's a different Dwight. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Dwight York is quite adamant that he would be a good manager. And wants a top appointment, and he's really confused and quite furious as to why he's not getting.
Give him the managerial role of Footballland.
Not really realising that, the manager is sort of a PR man, and that he might not have the best track record.
Does Footballland have a football team?
Oh, this could be a chance. Well, what I'm saying is it's probably should we just put that Dwight York argument to bed and let him manage something?
Yeah. Let him manage the whole park.
The whole park?
Yeah.
I think his ego he'd take the role.
All
take
Dwight on the night, it's just him managing the park. Just all Dwight. He does everything. He does.
It's his vision.
He runs behind.
Of what Footballland should be.
He runs the rides. He does the kiosks. He sells the tickets. It's all Dwight. It's
now that
just
we've
him.
mooted this, he is going to be doing a rival podcast where it's all Dwight on the night of Footballland. Coming up with new rides.
Yeah, well, it is interesting. It's like, would he look at the Roy Keane Dodgems and think, oh God, Roy was always riding me when I was in the United dressing room.
Yeah.
It's my turn to ride him. And so Dwight gets on Roy's back and turns the Roy Keane's Dodgems literally into like Dodge Roy Keane.
Yeah.
So it's Dwight York sort of with a riding crop whipping Roy Keane into a frenzy. and he's just going around attacking people in the Roy Keane style jumps, and you've got to dodge Roy Keane.
I think that's that
It's
could
stuff like
stuff like that.
I think
That's what sets us apart from the Chessingtons and the Thorpe Parks of this world.
Yeah.
A grown man biting children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just now imagining a big vending machine of Dwights, and you get to take one Dwight only.
Right.
So if you sort of win a golden Dwight ticket, then you get to take a Dwight from the vending machine, but you only have to take one, and you can take them back to the International Break Hotel with you and just spend a really lovely evening with them platonically.
Or
well, see how it goes.
See how it goes. Yeah. Play it by ear.
They're not sex workers as such.
No, but they have needs.
So if Dwight McNeil, if he wants it, I think you just lay your cards on the table and say, look, is this going to go any further, or are we just going to be sleeping in our pajamas? And it's fine either way.
Yeah.
Well,
How would Dwight McNeil, if he tumbled out of a vending machine, react to someone saying, look, I find you very attractive, but I'm in it for the long term. I want a long-term commitment from you.
Well, it's one Dwight only.
Yeah.
It's like when, in those, I don't know, like Pretty Women or whatever, it's like, oh, I want to change you. You can't change Dwight McNeil.
No.
This is his job.
So he's not
going to fall in love with you. He's going to pretend he's going to fall in love with you for the night as an escort.
Yeah.
But that's professional to him. It's a transaction.
Yeah, that's always been what's wrong with Dwight McNeil when it comes to love and romance.
I think getting just those 3 Dwights, and I'm sure there are many other Dwights around the world alive that play football, that we can get them in and go, look, do you want to have a bash at Footballland? And, one night only, which... Park closes at what time?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Have the fireworks and flares.
So
6 till 7.
Yeah. So on a Thursday night, late night opening, a bit like Christmas.
Yeah.
Thursday night.
Go to 6:30.
Yeah. We'll leave it open until 6:30, so they can't do too much damage.
For half an hour.
Half an hour, lads. You can do what you want.
Do a bit of a firework display.
You've got a whole
couple of sparklers
year to plan it. So far, we've got Dwight York in just a sign. He's sat in the sign,
looking at you through a big pair of glasses,
looking mournfully at you through a big pair of glasses.
And at the end of that half hour, after you've watched a choreographed amazing, you can go back and bone Dwight McNeil.
Yeah, exactly. So
for a meaningless encounter.
Yes, crucially. So I think that's.
It's nice.
It's nice, and it doesn't.
Nice.
I don't think it needs any more
no
development than that. I'll work on the list.
Okay.
You keep coming up with the ideas.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How about
all right. Yep.
All right. And all those in favour of it'll be all Dwight on the night, getting him to Footballland for about 30 minutes at the end of Thursday night. 1 day a year only. Say I after 3. 3, 2, 1.
We'd be stupid not to.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. I mean, let's see what they can do.
You make me feel like what I can feel. You make me feel like what I can feel. Make me feel like what I can feel. You make me feel like what I can feel.
So, Anthony.
No, it's me.
Oh, is it Mark?
It's me.
Oh, yeah.
Punt it upfield. Punt it upfield.
Punt it upfield.
Punt it upfield,
Good
yes.
old punt.
So this
sorry, you've already had put it in the mixer.
Stick in the mixer, yeah, this is very different.
Oh, this is a clearance more than anything else.
It's a clearance. It was inspired by Alisson getting an assist for a goal Salah scored. And it's not the first time it's happened, and Edison has also been credited with an assist. It's the ultimate long punt up the field that finds the striker. So have you ever been on one of those bungee, I don't know what they're called actually.
Is it like a reverse bungee?
A reverse bungee where
you're ratcheted back and
you're
then
held in a ball as the bungee ropes climb either side of you, and then and then it's released.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like that, except we had a catapult security system a couple of episodes ago. This is like a giant catapult. So you are in a ball. I think the outside of the ball is velcro.
Right, okay.
Oh, like a scatch.
Yeah.
Remember scatch?
Yeah, I had scatch. And then it's like, I've got cat hair all over it now. It's not sticky.
What's a scatch?
Scatch
Tennis
was
ball.
a tennis ball
That's
like-
very furry tennis ball.
and you had like a
Velcro
Velcro
mitt.
yes,
pad
Yeah, Velcro
that
mitts.
helped you kind of
Yeah.
catch, but actually bounced off it quite a lot. So
Yeah.
you sort of
Yeah.
had to develop a technique to get it to snag.
Yeah, you kind of had to give a lot of give in your hand as
Got to
you
give or
caught
catch
it.
it on the sort of 3/4, so you get a bit of friction break
Yeah.
across the sketch
Yeah.
pad.
Yeah, so a bit like that.
But just the
ball.
or is there going to be some Velcro elsewhere?
There'll be some Velcro elsewhere. So this ball, I think at the moment, is big enough for someone to get in.
Uh-huh.
You nominate your runner, your striker, and they wear a giant ball headwear.
Ball
Oh
headwear?
yeah, what an upturned basket on their head.
No, well, it could be, but at the moment it's whatever the gloves,
Why
gloves are made of.
Why would you take a ball?
Uh-huh.
Why would you go from a ball to an upturned basket on your head?
I was
like
imagining.
a ball is
I was
quite
imagining,
easy to imagine.
But I was imagining you're in the ball, and I'm imagining a striker up the other end of like 100-yard playing surface.
Yeah.
And they've got a giant upturned basket in their head,
Oh,
and
an
they're
upturned
running around,
basket.
and they've got to
Right.
catch you.
It could
so
be
they're
that.
sort of running around like an American football wide receiver,
Yes.
trying to catch this
Right.
giant.
The mechanics of how this works is very much like that.
Yeah.
At the
Right.
moment, in my head, the ball was made of Velcro, and the other person's headgear was a giant, like equivalent
Is there
of the
somebody in-
scatch glove.
There's
Yeah.
somebody in the ball.
Yes.
So your
Yes,
neck,
your neck is going to get absolutely broken.
Yeah, you're probably going to be killed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
As long as you were all right with that.
It's probably a reason why the person's not in the ball.
Right.
A less dangerous version would
Could you
be
get
just
the-
pinging the ball.
The person to put a bit of themselves in the ball.
A bit of
What do you
themselves.
mean? Like a pube?
It could be.
Right. So you stick your pube.
Why?
Stick your pube in a ball.
What is less dangerous? A toenail clipping.
Yeah.
Maybe just whisper
So-
like
so
a
in
kind
the-
of like something that you say regularly, like when you're in aphorisms, like
Oh yeah.
wipe
Whisper
shoes.
something into
Yeah,
the ball.
Whisper in, so you go,
Put a bit of your DNA in the ball.
put something in it.
So in the queue, you're queuing up, and they're like, "All right, everyone, just a bit of health and safety. Yeah, keep your arms and everything inside. And by the way, if you put a bit of pube in the ball,
Yeah.
pube will whisper something in, a bit of sweat, a bit of your bogey."
Yeah, I mean, you went straight to pube. I didn't. So don't.
Yeah,
I'm just.
I was trying to think of something that you can detach, a hair or a pube.
Well, this could be a really nice kind of message delivery system.
Yeah.
So you whisper something into the ball.
yeah.
You follow the person who's wearing outsized headgear. And I think the distances are vast. I think it's bigger than a football pitch.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, somewhere else in Footballland, and you try and land this ball on that person's headgear. And if it's a message, I mean, they're pegging it like 500 metres away,
Yeah.
and it lands on the back of their head, and they just hear like breaking out of it like a sonic egg yolk.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you could roll up a little message,
It's a bit of a pube.
like your car is being towed.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, what, where? And then you've got to find the kind of the sender, and then what zone did we park in? And then no, Pepe's pooed on it.
So hang on, what? But the person receiving it is
Yeah.
already wearing a bit of giant headgear.
They know they're in the game.
Right, so,
yeah,
they know that they're going to get a message. They just don't know what it is.
Well, you've got to be accurate with your ball firing. You've got to punt it upfield in such a way that it reaches its target.
with a catapult.
Well, originally I thought it was a catapult. Yeah, I think that's. And I do think it's more fun if someone is in the ball.
I think
But
so
yeah. You
can't
too.
land-
It would be a bit anticlimactic
You
if you
can't
open it up to
land-
find like a bit of someone's toenail clipping in there.
It's like running gleefully across Footballland. What is it? What is it? Oh, it's just some bees.
Yeah,
it's like that's not exciting. It's got to, but you can't kill the person.
I like to bees in there. Sounds quite fun. What is the nature of the punt? Right, the punt is either in a panic, or is it more like your previous ride, the stick it in the mixer? Where is it an attempt at a bit of aerial kind of long ball play?
Yeah, I think what was beautiful about what Allison did and what Edison has done is this was a very fast thinking, executed brilliantly. It's a difficult skill, but when it works, it's amazing.
Okay.
It only happens once a season, if that.
Well, in which case, could it be that, say you're in CONCACAF,
Yeah.
you're bored because there's not much there, and you're like, oh God, I wish I was back in UEFA, and And there's a system you can go to where you get in the punt it upfield and you get in the ball.
Get in it, yeah.
And it fires you across the park because you can't be asked to walk.
Yeah. Avoid the Terry Venables wrecking ball.
Avoid everything.
Yeah.
And there is a landing pad, which is a giant sketch pad.
Yes.
But as we've said, they would come off the sketch pad quite quickly. And that's the sort of, you often say you paid your money, you take your chances.
Yeah.
Well, could that not be it? It's like, and it's a toss up of like, this might not work. I might ping off and end up in the car park.
Yeah.
Could end up, rebounding back over and worse, end up in Oceania Town and fighting for your life.
Well, there is one thing worse than that. You could be pinged off out of the park, land by the only Coke stall and not have any Matty Cash with you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
And that kind of then invokes the spirit of the punt upfield, which in this case isn't really a punt, it's a beautifully executed long ball.
Yeah.
Yes, although if there's a landing sketch pad, it's a very definite thing to hit. Whereas what's beautiful about the punt upfield when it goes right is it's a moving target and you've still found them perfectly.
Well, how about I was going to say you could have artificial turf that is Velcro.
Well,
you could have green Velcro turf everywhere and you get in, you don't want to be where you are. There's an element of you're not sure where it's going to go. It's a bit of a long hoof and hope.
Yeah.
And you just get propelled to another bit of the park that we are watching sort of on CCTV. We're like, no one's going on this ride. Let's just try and fire them towards that. It's a bit of traffic management.
Yeah, maybe a bit like, when you get on a train now and they've got this carriage is empty.
Yeah.
Like this, and it's got a little traffic light system. Maybe it's like that. You're like, nobody's on the kind of, Nigel de Jong clog for those.
Yeah.
Now's my chance. You've got to get in and you point the sort of catapult at roughly where you think it is.
Yeah.
And fire yourself off, but you might miss and end up sort of in the Lee Catmull petting zoo.
Yeah. Or is it even more random and kind of lottery element, like hyperspace in certain pinball machines of the 80s and 90s, or when you went off one screen and asteroids and you came back in another screen, but you wouldn't necessarily know where you were coming back in. So you get in there knowing I might go somewhere good, I might not. But we decide in the control room, well, this bit's empty, send them there.
You could leave that up to the Velcro because, as we said with the sketch, you don't know, and we could just be a little bit lazy with it and not really have to worry about it in the control room in inverted.
Well, that's why I quite like someone wearing like a helicopter landing pad of sketch material, and they're moving some kind of, and you've got to find them, and you might not get it right. But if you do, you win a free Coke.
Well, I mean, the landing pad's quite nice, especially if people are carrying it. If we had a team in each area with the landing pad.
Like firemen on a blanket.
Yeah, like one of those sort of, 1920s sort of kind of, it's a hoop.
Yeah.
Which they seem to carry with them, but I don't really know where they've stored them.
Yeah.
You never saw
fire teams would genuinely have those.
I know, but you never saw a fire engine sort of whizzing through town with a giant
trampoline on its
side.
Yeah.
Going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know where they really whipped that from. It wasn't a pop-up one. It was always pretty substantial. So...
Yeah, I don't know.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
It does make you think. And there is a sort of that following that through. Where would we store those in Footballland? And then there's a secondary question of who's gonna carry them. We'd have to employ more people, and you want them semi-skilled, so they're probably going to be some kind of former target man.
Yes, or that could become like
Steve
a red.
Claridge.
Yeah.
Or it could become like
Ian
a Red
Dowie.
Cross function.
Ian Collar.
We've heard that Footballland are firing people randomly, willy-nilly across this park. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
The Red Cross go in and they take charge of trying
It could be the Red Cross, and then we get that
make
for
it
free.
safe. And
we could put a little charity shop for them.
And if we have a branded sketch pad with the Red Cross on it, that's good for them.
Yeah, good advertising.
Free advertising.
Yeah, good advertising.
And it works like a target for the person who's firing the ball.
Yeah, that's really true. And it looks like the flag of Switzerland. So the Swiss will be happy with that.
So you've got to wear pom-pom shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll go up for that. Yeah.
I think I'm on the fence, but
that's because you've been fired badly.
Yeah, I think there's something at the heart of this that I think you could get to a good place.
But we haven't got there yet.
I don't think we're there yet.
It could work as a missing person. You know, if someone gets lost from their party, I'm imagining a missing child.
Yeah.
You know, oh, I've lost my parents. Where are they? We look with binoculars. Oh, do they fit this description? Yes, they do. Let's fire you over to that way. It's the quickest way.
That's the nice.
And the parents don't even notice you've gone because you've been fired that quickly onto the nearest velcro bit, and then the tannoy comes on. Could Mr. and Mrs. Smith, your child is at the velcro sketch pad in the CONCACAF
That's
region.
the nice description of that.
Yeah.
I can see a slightly different, darker version of that of, excuse me, I'm 5 and I'm lost.
Right.
Do you know where my parents are? No, but we're going to put you in this ball and you can fuck off over there and hope for the best.
Yeah, well,
it's quite.
there is an element. I mean, they pay their money, they take the choice, these kids.
And I think for a 5-year-old, that might be quite exciting.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay. I think I think it's time to put this to a vote. For
Okay,
sure.
all right.
All those in favour of punted upfield becoming part of Footballland after 3 set I. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
With reservations.
Yeah.
Foot. Footballland.
Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah.
What's that German for? Tommy Tickle.
No.
Tuchel,
Is that what
German
it
for
translates?
tickle.
Is
yeah,
it?
Tommy Tickle.
Tommy
Tickle.
Tickle.
Tommy
Brilliant.
Tickle.
What if
Now,
the
go on.
what if Thomas Tuchel was just a joke on the British, a really elaborate joke in which all of the kind of German teams got together and underperformed against Thomas Tuchel's side so that they could send Tommy Tickle over, and we didn't know.
Yeah,
and it was like a big prank show, and Tommy Tickle was a famous German comedian, and they've sent him over, and he's about to.
Tommy Tickle.
He's gonna kind of have punked the Premier League at some point when he leaves.
Yeah, well,
Mugged the Premier League.
he's doing the right thing in that he started off really successfully, so he gained everyone's trust, and then he's slowly mediocred himself, which is very clever. But Tommy Tickle, some people, I don't know if you. When was the last time you tickled someone? Do you like tickling, or do you like being the tickly?
I don't mind tickling.
Ooh.
I might have tickled my wife not that long ago.
Yeah.
But she's not very ticklish, so it's kind of okay. The problem is I'm extremely ticklish.
I am as well.
And my mum would sometimes tickle me when I was a kid, almost to the point of me vomiting. You know when you can't catch your breath and you're like, please stop.
Some people love being tickled.
I am extremely ticklish, and I don't really like it. And I was very close to my grandparents. They're brilliant people. They only passed away quite recently.
They kept tickling you in the bath.
Well, I remember being about 8 years old and my nan tickling me when I wasn't expecting it, and just an involuntary reaction. I punched her in the head. I didn't mean to. I didn't set out. It was like a whoa. Yeah. And next thing I know, I'd lashed out and punched her in the head.
So some people hate tickling. Really get violent if you get tickled, a bit like you. Involuntarily.
It's a complete. It's like a reflex knee reaction.
It's a bit like when you go to war and you don't know whether you can shoot a man.
Yeah.
You didn't know who you really were that day until your nan tickled you, and you realised you could kill a nan.
Yeah, I ain't never gone back to Nan.
And so some people hate being
Johnny
tickled.
back in Nan.
Some people get off on it. Some people, it's a sexual fetish for them. They love being tickled. They really like being tickled. I often think of cats as embodying the both. So if you tickle a cat for say 30 seconds, it loves it. It like almost sexually gets off on it. Like it does a weird shuddering.
I'm done now.
But then it's done very quickly, and it starts like shredding your arm.
Yeah.
So that's the embodiment of the both. But I think we need to. It's like, lads, it's time someone said it. We need to cater for people on both sides of the fence in Footballland.
Okay.
Whether you
The
like
ticklers
sexually
and the
like being
non-ticklers.
tickled, the two camps. Tommy
is
Tickle
very important.
is the man to do it.
Yes.
But let's make it into a game.
Mm-hmm.
We get 11.
No.
We get 11.
Yeah.
We get 11 people. People. 11 people, male or female, or whatever gender. And we find 6 of them who absolutely love being tickled. really get off on it.
Yep.
And we find 5 people who hate it and will resort to violence if they get tickled. And we recruit them.
Can the 6? Can we put them in rubber pants?
Yeah,
please.
You want to have that? That's fine.
I do.
Because you want them to be pleasured by tickling, but you don't want to see any result of the stimulation.
I don't want fluids coming out, and I don't want kind of any arousal.
Just rubber pants.
I think what you're trying is a philanthropic thing and altruistic and really coming from a good place.
Yeah.
But really tight rubber pants so that stuff is firmly in place.
Yeah, sure.
Please.
And then we send them to Brazil.
Oh.
Well, mate, if you can find a better plastic surgeon than the country of Brazil.
True.
We turn them all into Thomas Tuchel lookalikes.
Right.
Okay, we turn them into Thomas Tuchel
Masks
lookalikes.
not enough, no.
No. We want them to look exactly like Thomas Tuchel. Yeah. We set them free amongst the park.
Right.
And if you're a guest at Footballland and you meet Thomas Tuchel, they tap you on the shoulder and you've got a choice. You either tickle them or you open your belly up to be tickled.
Ooh.
If you try and tickle one who hates being tickled, then they're going to beat the shit out of you. They will turn violent. But if you tickle them and they like being tickled, then you're going to give them a real thrill, and it'll be lovely to tickle. And some people really like tickling people, right. So we just give people that choice. I think let's give people the choice.
Because 11 is an odd number, I think we have 5 who like being tickled, 5 who don't, and 1 who is the cat. Who likes it for a bit and then we'll punch the shit out.
Yeah, cats are a bit small, so can we get a big cat? Could we have
it's a human. It's a human, but behaves
it's a very hairy Tommy Tickle.
I thought we'd sent a cat to Brazil to be made to look like Thomas Tuchel.
Well, yeah, we can absolutely do that.
I quite like that, actually.
Could we have?
I'd like to see a cat that looks like Thomas Tuchel.
I'd like to see a tiger. We could declaw it, so it's still very strong.
Yeah.
Defang it maybe.
Yeah.
And then, but with a head of, or sort of, just with a face of Thomas Tuchel. Right. So it's still got ears, so you know it's the cat.
Right.
Thomas Tuchel has really weird ears in real life.
Yeah.
Look at his ears next time he's...
The only problem with that is you're not going to know that that's the tiger.
Oh, right.
So if you're tickling that, then you know it's going to beat the shit out of you.
Which way round are you, Mr. Tiger
You'd have to shave the tiger completely and make it look as human as possible.
Being as we're sending everyone...
think a shaved tiger would look a bit like Thomas Tuchel?
With a football kit on, with a tracksuit on.
We'll see as we're, in the tracksuit, maybe.
You'd have to wrap his tail around his waist. So that
I think there would be other giveaways, but yes.
Well, look, we're sending people to Brazil for plastic surgery. So why don't we, while we're making them look like Thomas Tuchel, why don't we make them all look like shaved tigers too?
Yeah, that's true.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes, we've solved that problem.
That's probably the easier way around to do it.
Yeah.
You just got to give them massive paw hands and a couple move their ears on top of their head.
Yeah.
And that should be enough.
I think that's enough. Yeah.
So how are we going to advertise this? Do you like being tickled? Do you not like being tickled?
Yeah.
Do you want to look like Thomas Tuchel?
Oh, hang on.
And are you okay with looking like a shaved tiger?
Well,
for the rest of your life?
I think a lot of these problems are solved by money. You know, and actually it's easier for the people who like being tickled because we're paying them to have their fetish sort of every half hour in the park.
Yeah, the risk is
getting the people who hate pickle tickle. So that's in terms of recruitment. Yeah, it's more difficult to get the non-ticklers,
which means we just need to throw money at it.
Yeah. And also, you can get some very violent people who like punching the shit out of people.
I really enjoyed punching my nan in the head.
Yeah. So why not? So actually, it might be quite easy too. So you basically get 5 people that get off on being tickled, easy, paying them for their love.
Yeah.
And 5 people who love violently beating the shit out of randomers who touch them.
Yeah.
Which is also easy to recruit.
And then one who is literally a tiger.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's basically it. But it just adds to a bit of fun because, you get people in theme parks walking around in costume. You ask them questions, a bit like Steve Bruce, Victorian gentleman.
Yeah.
But these ones have an extra bit of element to them.
Yeah.
They're interactive.
Yeah.
People love engagement. I actually would love to tickle a man. Just like tickle someone who like loves being tickled. That would be a nice experience.
Yeah, it's an easy gift, isn't it?
It's not possible to tickle yourself, is it?
No, because you can see it coming. But
it's
your
not just the element of surprise.
I think your nerve endings know that you're receiving some tickling.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because you sort of can tickle yourself.
Can you?
Well, yeah, I mean, but most people do every day. It manifests itself in a different way.
Right.
But you're effectively kind of tickling yourself.
Right.
You're tickling one particular nerve.
Right.
Or a group of nerves.
Right.
And
I'm lost. What are you talking about?
He's talking about
doing wee-wees.
That's why the guy who
doing sexy wee-wees.
The guy who invented cornflakes to stop self-tickling. And that's why you can no longer laugh when you tickle yourself unless you watch clown porn.
Yeah, I think there's definitely something in this. It's a bit weird. And quite elaborate.
Yeah,
it's something quite freaky about it as well.
Yeah, I don't know if it's quite tonally right for Footballland.
We have got a full red light district.
True, yeah, fine. If it's in the Total Smut Ball.
Total Smut Ball,
Total Smut Ball.
Red light district,
If it's in there, fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind these weird
Tommy Tuchels.
Yeah, shaved
in glass boxes.
Yeah, in there. You mentioned them walking around the park and people interacting with them. There's some weird stuff in Footballland and there's some dangerous stuff in Footballland, but this feels a step too far.
Right, okay.
But in that space, fine.
Yeah, I can imagine phobias coming out of... I went to Footballland, a lovely time, but I was semi-assaulted by...
A shaved tiger.
Yeah, okay.
Thomas Tuchel.
Get them in the glass boxes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I think we should probably shield children from this.
Okay. That's interesting, yeah. Because children are the only demographic that actually do tickle.
Yeah.
And it's time for adults to be able to tickle too.
Yeah.
Sure thing. All right. Okay, let's go to a vote. All in favour of Tommy Tickle, say aye. 3, 2, 1.
Aye. With a question mark.
Yeah, that was the most weird thing.
I'm going to Footballland, to Footballland, to Footballland. I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
It's not built yet.
Okay, well, on that note, that's it for Footballland.
Yeah, that's it for another
Wonderful
week.
stuff.
And if you had to pick one, I've got an idea that the one it's not going to be, but of the three, if there was one, what would it be?
I can't remember the end now.
Well, you've got Dwight. You've got All Dwight on the Night. All Dwight on the Night.
Yeah.
You've got Punt It Up, Field, Sketchy, Velcro.
Yeah.
Child Rescue.
You've got Tommy Tickles.
And Tommy Tickles. It's a weird bunch.
That was a weird bunch.
It was a weird bunch.
Yeah, I think we
definitely our weirdest for a while.
Yeah, let's not have a vote and let's just
don't say let the people decide.
No, definitely not let anyone decide.
Let's just bin all three and never speak of them again.
Yeah, exactly. That's
right,
mine. Yeah.
Okay, so
all right,
yeah.
All right. Go on. Okay. See you next time.
Auf Wiedersehen.